Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to November. First things first, thank you so much for clicking on the video, giving it a watch. If you enjoy and love and are passionate about the stock market as much as I am, specifically day trading, then I ask that you please consider dropping a like, commenting, or even subscribing to the channel. It would mean the absolute world to me. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So let's kick things off here with QQQ. These are going to be my levels and zones I will be watching for direction this week. We have our previous day high and previous day low. Underneath the previous day low, my first support is going to be the 625, 624. You know, it kind of feels like we're just hanging up on the top shelf here. So I'll be looking for a break of this zone here before I move back down to the gap fill at 618. If we still continue strong, I'll be looking for a move over the previous day high up to this 637 zone here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then, of course, to new all-time highs, okay? I might edit this zone just a little bit here, taking a look at it, just so we can cover this up here up to this 638, or I may just go ahead and add a level here, just because it was in the pre-market. We'll go ahead and do that, just so we can have this marked out. If we get over that zone, that'll be the first target really to look at. But it's very simple. I play my levels and zones. They confirm direction. I get EMA alignment. I use the 13, the 48, 200, and VWAP. Calls above the levels and zones with EMA alignment, puts below. I very, very seldom ever take trades, if ever really, without EMA alignment. Over to NQ, same thing, just get above this previous high. First zone up above is this 26, 327 zone. It's really the same exact look. I don't think I really need to cover it twice. NQ is going to be the same exact thing, right? Let's go over to SPY on the hourly here. Obviously, very similar look. We got very close to that daily gap here. To be honest, I might just go ahead and make this one zone here. I probably will do that now, actually. Just to see if we break this zone here, this PDL, and this daily gap at 678, my next support will be down here at 675.63, right? So it'll be my next support down here. Let's go ahead and move this up, get that covered. Why did that not move? Oh, there we go. So if we, another thing too is like I will take range plays as well, as long as we're not inside a very tight pre-market range. Like say pre-market high ends up being like here, like 681, we get over that, the previous day close, EMAs are aligned. I'll look for a break and retest of that pre-market high up to the previous day high zone at 685. Above the previous day high zone at 685, my next zone is gonna be 689. ES will be the same thing. I'll show it on the screen, but very, very similar. Obviously the exact same thing. SPX, same thing. It's just going to be previous day high and previous day low levels, previous day close as well. I do have this level in here as well, this intraday pivot. I will keep that on the chart as well. Same thing really for this whole week. I'm going to be watching this gap very close. If we break below 6,800 and continue weakness, I'll look for that all-time high retest down here. Now, why is that price level not on? Previous all-time high level at 67.64. Let's go over to the individuals. We'll start with AMD. Man, AMD pissed me off on Friday. Just an awful price action here. This pre-market high, break and retest. Multiple confirmations. Entry was right here at this 1040 candle. Got a little bit of a push. Really obviously wanted the high day break for first trim, and then immediately got stopped out on this next candle here. Like it just beautiful looking price action, long wicks, beautiful hammer here, close to getting first trims off, immediately stopped out, and then sold off the rest of the day. Honestly, if I was a bull, you know, I would have been the same way. So like, screw this stock, I'm just selling it the rest of the day. It just was insane. But looking at AMD, this range up here has not been my favorite. I'd love to see it get us underneath this 248, 249 zone. That would be ideal. For a break below that, down to retest the previous all-time high at 244. If we continue strength, I'll look for a move over the previous day high and this zone up here, 263, for a move to 272, that all-time high that was in the pre-market. Let's go over to NVIDIA. NVIDIA, same thing, stopped me out on this range. I believe it was Thursday, or it was in this range right here. Got caught up in this chop here underneath this PDL. So Looking at this, I don't really love this 208 to 201 range. I'd love to see puts below 201, break 200, retest the previous all-time high at 195, or break and retest over 208 to the all-time high at 212, 210 range or zone. Let's go over to Tesla. Tesla finally kind of broke out of this channel it's been in. This like 450, 440. It was this 457. Actually, I believe it was less than that. It was like here, this 450 down to like 418 zone. So he finally broke about of that, hit the supply that I've had marked out for a while. I mean, since we had that sell-off here, I marked this supply. What did price do? Eventually made its way back up to that supply and rejected. I really don't day trade Tesla much because it's just so expensive with the premiums. It's the only time it's really affordable is unfortunately 0 DTE on Fridays, which are just unbelievably volatile. If I ever use those, I use very small amounts of contracts, 2 to 4 really for now. But we do have this range here. I'll be watching 457 break and retest over that previous day high up to 462, 461 zone, and then back into that supply. Really just not a huge fan of longs in general until we get above this supply zone. Then I'll favorite calls more. Below the previous day low, we have this 4-hour demand that we bounce out of in this other previous day low zone. So I'll be watching that. And again, I'm currently not really looking at supply and demand much anymore. It's just been kind of like fading my current strategy of the break and retest with key levels a little bit. So not a big fan. But we did bounce out of it already once. So I will be watching. Am I on the 4-hour? No. I was like, where the heck is this freaking zone? But here it is. This 4-hour, we bounced out of it perfectly, made a nice move up. So this will have to break for shorts underneath this 441 down to 438, and then this gap at 434. So that'll be Tesla. Lastly, we'll go over to Apple. Apple's been dog shit after it's been making the all-time highs, like dog shit for day trading. Just disgusting price action, disgusting range. I haven't touched it. This whole range here between 285 and, since earnings has just been gross. If we continue weakness, I'll look for shorts underneath the PDL, but also underneath 267 down to 265, 264, and this gap here at 263. Below that's the previous all-time high around 260, so I'll look for us to retest that area. If we continue strength, I'll watch calls above 274 up to previous day high, but ideally over 277, 278 to this 285. Again, move off of earnings. We'll look at Google and Amazon as well, but I did take a couple day trades with those over the last couple weeks. But ever since earnings for both of them, it's been too tough. So again, this whole earnings range, not ideal. This is kind of where we're at with Google. It's just nuked up to 300. So, we have this daily gap here at 275. We'll see if that holds. Underneath that, 272, 271, and then below that, 267, 266. Over the previous day high, first resistance is 291, 295, and 299. So again, not really touching them that much until it's a little bit farther past earnings. Again, same with Amazon. I won't touch Amazon this entire week. I mean, we had a ginormous gap off of earnings. Really his previous all-time high is going to be the first area I'm looking at to hold this 242. Usually it's typically what we'll see after such a big move up. So 242, if that breaks, next support is this daily gap, 239, 236, 234, and then true daily gap down here at 232. So that's everything I'll be watching for this week. We'll see how it goes. October just put such a sour taste. It just for the break and retest, and it just unfortunately did not go very smooth for me in terms of trades working out. Everything remained the same and improved between refining the strategy, journaling heavily, just everything has improved. But the trades just did not get much follow through. So many of my trades this month, which really skewed my R multiple. I had so many 1R trims and then break even stop. And I'm doing some things to kind of refine that this week, giving it a little bit more room when I'm in trades. But man, just so many of those. So my average win this month was so low. My win rate was about 42%. But because my average loss was like $90 and my average win was like $40, it just, and it's good risk management for the position size I'm using. It's elite risk management really, but my wins were just peanuts. I had so many wins this month that were like 4%, 10%. Just getting that first trim and then break even stopping. So my total return was so low. So, anyways, that's going to be the review, the watch list for this week. Wishing you all a great week inside and outside the market. No matter what, we show up, we get better, we learn, improve. No matter what, this is a long-term, lifelong journey. So I will just keep refining and keep improving until one day it truly is paying off more than I can ever imagine, and I can use that payoff for good in this world and helping other people, as that is my why. So whatever your why is, stick with it, keep going, keep learning, keep improving, just keep pushing, and we can keep doing it together. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you will, and I'll see you all in the next watch list. Peace.